In this quick tip video, we're going to be dealing with a combination of overexposure and low contrast. So this subject was very appealing. The color red, who doesn't like the color red? And this large red dahlia was showing beautiful red color, well illuminated in the morning sun. However, the bright sunlight and the monochromatic nature of the subject fooled the camera meter, and what we ended up with out of the camera was a well metered but still overexposed image, and with very low contrast, losing all the detail of the various shapes of petals. So how do you approach correcting this in Lightroom? In this case, we're using Lightroom version 4.1. Well, first of all, let's get into lens corrections. We'll enable profile corrections and also enable chromatic aberration correction as well. Always a good first step when dealing with images that need to be corrected. In this case, we're using a pretty good lens, the 100mm Canon EF macro lens, and in this case we're able to shoot at f8 ISO 400 and 1/125th of a second. Moving on, next visit we need to make is to the basic tool panel, and we knew we were operating in bright sunlight. You can see the temperature here is much lower than typical daylight of 5500, and because it's bright red, we know we can at least go to daylight color temperature, but we can see that that's still left a bit of a bluish cast. So let's bump that right up to shade, and you'll see we've got quite a warm red color with a little bit of yellow highlights here, but we're still dealing with the overexposed low contrast situation. So let's get right in here to our exposure level, and let's reduce the exposure by 2 full stops. Wow, what a difference. You can already see so much more detail is now visible. If we adjust the contrast, you'll be surprised we can actually increase the contrast by the full 100 that the new Adobe Camera Raw Engine 7.1 in Lightroom 4.1 allows. And you can see that actually that has dramatically improved the image with a wide range of tones, really bringing out the beautiful curving pointed shapes of the petals and emphasizing this beautiful rich red color. So that's made a dramatic difference, just reducing the exposure and increasing the contrast, correcting for the situation that fooled the camera's meter here. We can also come in and just quickly adjust for presence, boost up the clarity a bit, again to emphasize some of the detail here. Modest adjustment to vibrance, little bit of tweaking of saturation just to again emphasize the focus on this beautiful rich red color. And finally, a little trick: if we bump up in the tone curve darks by just 10 and reduce shadows by just -10, it adds just a little bit more pop to the whole image. So there you have it. We'll turn down the lights, give you a chance to see this beautiful rich red dahlia improved dramatically from the situation that fooled the camera's meter.